Yeah, I think we are.
Hi. I think we're on.
All right. So listen, you know what's funny? Just even for this live, I put on cologne. Like, I did. I put on cologne like,
okay,
hey, smell it. Smell it. It's Tom Ford tobacco vanilla, rustic, manly.
No one knows.
I know it smells good. It smells good.
Yeah.
Listen, we're here just because I think it's valuable. We think it's valuable to kind of mention some topics, some questions that we get asked from our clients or in consultations.
Yeah, we thought we'd kind of sum them all up and go over a couple of them. And then obviously if you guys have any questions for us too, please ask away.
Yeah.
So
with that said, we always like to ask this very important question.
If you could.
Yeah. So if you could change it, would you?
Would you change it?
SMP has nothing to do about confidence per se. We like to call it.
No.
We like to call it a refinement more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's a valid question. If you could change it, would you change it? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing really to do with not feeling your best or things like that. It's just if you could, would you change it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So with that said, I think there's important details to share because, you know, Yvette, as before we just jumped on, she's like, you know, we've highlighted a lot of this over the years, but it's always a new audience, a new client basis.
New people, new questions that are maybe new to this world of SMP, so it's still worth us going over some of the ones we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that said, it's funny, I just figured out that the camera is pointed from here, but if anybody asks any questions,
you can't read it.
I'm like, I hope there's some good questions, but let's fix that in a second.
Okay.
So give me one moment here, folks. Yeah. Yep. Oh, hello, there's people.
Hi.
Excellent.
You can see our feet and my socks.
Let's see here. Switch around.
Here we go.
This is much better. All right.
Aw. Hi, everyone.
There we go. So let's see. What are we looking at here? All right.
People join. That's
Listen.
Great.
Hello, guys. Pleasure. Anyway, what we do at Ink2Scalp is we place tiny little follicular impressions on, majority of the time, bald men's heads or men with thinning hair.
Yes.
Also females.
Yes, for density.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so with that, scalp micropigmentation is a tattoo.
Technically, it's a tattoo, and people always kind of wonder, oh, is it like really different and things like that? I mean, the technique is very different than a standard tattoo, right?
It is.
But
it is.
It is.
When they're stippling and tattooing or SMP, it's just in the elegance and the touch of stippling, and it's stippling art.
Yeah.
Right? So with that said, it kind of goes through changing the refinement of men and moving them from being bald to having a fully shaved looking head. This is an illusion. It makes me feel...
How many years now?
It's a long time, many years, close to 8.
But it looks
age appropriate.
And it looks...
As I see bags under my eyes, it looks age appropriate. and definitely for a 46-year-old man, this gives me the illusion that I'm not bald. I've chosen to fully shave my head, and I can fool the world that I don't have a big old man horseshoe, which
you must keep.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about that? Because I remind the guys a lot, but with you, you're very particular.
I am very particular. I do like the closer the shave, the better the blend with SMP. Your SMP is one-dimensional, so it's flat. And you have your hair, which is 3-dimensional. And so in order to make the two, Oliver just said you're a stud.
Thank you,
man. In order to match them the best, you do have to shave it. Now that's not for every case, because obviously if it's density work, then that's a little bit of a different situation. Sorry.
So with gentlemen that have an old man horseshoe and a little puff in the front, you cannot keep that.
No.
That is time to move on. And it's that change and that buzzing down is more, for often I say, more of a hurdle for guys.
Yeah, it is.
Than it is really SMP, scalp micropigmentation itself. It's like, oh, I'm gonna look bald. Yes, as soon as you buzz it down, you will see less hair, but we will give you the illusion of building the hemispheres from one side to the other.
Yeah, so it actually might not feel like it's as full, but it looks more full. So it's an illusion. It's what we're building is a fake illusion to the world. So in order to sell that illusion, you have to keep it nice and firm. So I would like, I like
preferences,
it.
go.
I like it if there is a foil shave every day or every other day. But every day is great because then it takes you less time. There's less grass to be grinding through and get through. There's less chance of ingrowns and things like that. So if I had the choice and people ask me, I would say every day takes you 2 minutes. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't question it. You just do it. But every other day, depending on the hair growth cycle. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for clients or potential clients on here, actually clients and friends, you've heard it a million times.
Yes.
You need to buzz it down. That's the best blend. That does pose another barrier of, I have to buzz.
Yeah.
And it's a chore if you're not used to it.
But it's not a chore.
No, but it is still
It
another
is, if
responsibility
you're not-
in a busy day.
Sure.
All right, so you brush your teeth every day. That's right, exactly. So perfectly said. I mean, if you don't brush your teeth,
Then there's a whole other thing.
Right?
We got to talk about.
yeah. So anyway, this is just the maintenance. But outside of that realm, there's no other responsibility, no other homework. You want to make sure that your skin is nice and hydrated. Look at this oil of Olay. People that are older in their 40s or older would know what oil of Olay is. This is flawless. I mean, look at this.
Stop. Okay.
But it's lotion your skin, make sure it's healthy.
Yeah.
From the inside and out,
Yeah.
maintain the buzz. SMP is a flawless build.
And I do want to throw in there, although there's no real maintenance, SPF is a big thing. I would say you don't want to burn. You know, in the summer, you're away in Mexico, you're on the beach, sun protection of some sort, a hat or SPF. For long-term longevity, retention, and your overall skin health, which you would do anyways as somebody who was potentially a bald person. You protect your skin anyways, so you're doing the same thing. You're just also protecting your SMP.
Yeah.
So.
So, with that said, it's also another barrier, because I think this is just a common place to talk about. Why do people hesitate? Pain. Is it painful? It is a hell of a annoying prick, but it's a prick. So during the process, you feel those annoying pricks, but it's not deep. It's not dragging. If you've ever hurt yourself or cut yourself, it's never to that degree.
No.
And that's prolonged injury and healing.
Yeah.
Right after you're done a session,
You're pretty much good.
you don't feel anything.
Maybe a little bit of itchiness, or maybe like you've been standing out in the sun, you might look a little pink, depending on your skin tone, of course, but there's not really much. Now, we do also offer test patches. So if somebody is sort of on the fence, really wants to do it, but is being held back because they feel like maybe it might be too troublesome for them to move through, we can book in a test patch and with no ink, and just so you can feel what the sensation would feel like. But
And I have to. So in the scope and the range of the clients that we've completed over the years, it's interesting that we've completed, 2 14-year-old boys moving from grade 8 to grade 9, didn't want to be the bald kids, and they moved through it just fine. Then we've done all the way to the age of 77, where she lost all of her hair to a rare disease, and she was fine, she was in remission, everything was good, and this is what we made her into. So this is kind of the scope on, if she can move through it,
yes, you can move through it.
you can make it. It's not as challenging as you think.
We have a question here. What advice can you give to guys who may feel shy about admitting getting it done? It's a valid concern, I guess.
Yeah. How do you explain it if you're asked?
Yeah.
And also, if you want to beat them to the punch. Often guys will say, is anybody going to know? On session 1, session 2, or after? First off, we're not that important to other people, though we think we are because we're astute on other people's changes. This is a refinement, a soft touch that shouldn't be made to be dominant and overtake your identity. So that subtlety is there, But anybody truly asking or inspecting, they're looking into it themselves.
And I think there's something to be said about just the same way that when someone, say, shaves their head and feels confident in that, it's how you carry it too. So I think, you know, you look good. Move through life knowing you look good. And yeah. But it's easier said than done. Like, I understand. I totally understand and respect that it's not, but...
So the other thing, to answer that same question, because it is common, often we have guys take two different approaches. One, they don't want to share with anybody, and highly unlikely that they'll ever be asked. We've had guys that are single and dating somebody, a partner, whatever, and partner never even knew. Or they mentioned it to their partner 2 years later.
Yeah.
And they were amazed and in disbelief. And that's after seeing the person in every way, shape, and form. The other is that some guys want to hit it off right away. And they'll say, look at my tattoos. And people will ask why or where. And they'll say, I have thousands of them.
Especially if you have none at all. It's like none. Oh, well, I have thousands.
Yeah. And so there's a intrigue to going, oh my God, I didn't know that. And you may actually even be more fascinated with your choice and more keen and interested than what you think as far as a judging. Because I'll tell you, and every female, every male somewhere along the road does something to make them feel better, and they don't want to share, or they do share, and it makes other people feel like it's okay. It's okay to do some refinement to yourself, and that's the same thing for all of our clients. So anyway, I hope that kind of hits off that question. Continue to present any questions that you may have.
Yeah, please, because the more we can answer, we're happy to do that for you. Thank you for all the kind comments too. It's very nice. On average, how long does the procedure take to do?
Roughly about 2 to maximum 4 hours, depending on your case and your level of hair loss. So, give you an example.
Also your tolerance too, right? Everyone has
True,
different tolerance. So yeah, if you need a lot of
that.
breaks, it's going to take a little bit longer. But per treatment, within that range, and then we see you obviously 3 to 4 consecutive times, spaced out appropriately.
Depending on where you're at, your level of retention.
And your case.
We don't speed through it. She's fast, but even her takes her multiple hours.
Yeah.
I'm just slow. But it works out to have the same beautiful results. Typical bald man coming in, shaving him down, saying, let's give you that full buzzed look. This could take approximately about 2 to 3 hours, and that's per session. Every session, just because you have impressions built, doesn't mean it's going to be faster.
Right.
Session 2 has its own complexities for us to build additional density. Session 3, the refinement, the blend in the natural to the illusion, all critical points and important. So,
and every session really does serve as a huge piece to the puzzle that we're kind of putting together, and without one to the other, it's very hard to build it effectively. So you have your foundation, which is the first one, and we are for the first time also needle to skin. It's the first time, so we don't necessarily know how your skin is going to be. So that is your first session. It's foundation. We're sort of conservative there. Then we have density, then we have texturizing and blending throughout, and we're making refinements and tweaks as we work with you, which we do work very closely with you to move through.
Also, based off that question, the amount of sessions, the norm is we complete basically everybody in about 90% or so done in 3 sessions. But there's always a level of perfection or a level of balance or a level of blending, and so we do incorporate at no additional cost a 4th refining session. And that's just to make sure that everything is perfect and as we want it and as you want it. But we don't build helmets and we don't go to a level of density. Listen, we want to fool people that you're not bald.
Yeah, not that you have a big afro type thing.
That's right.
Right?
That's getting to the point of like consuming by saying, let's add more and more and more and more.
Yes, more isn't always.
It's a subtlety.
Yeah.
At least in the perspective that we want to build a natural result for you, it can't be overly condensed and overly dark for you to escape the thought that you're not bald. Joining the hemispheres and subtle density will present to everybody else and hopefully yourself that it's the shaved, buzzed look that I was hoping for.
And we also have to remember too that we're matching our impressions to your follicles.
That's important.
So it's not just like, okay, darker, but if your follicles are like a light blonde, it wouldn't match, it wouldn't blend, it wouldn't connect. If you have really, really dark, rich hair, then we have to match to that, or follicles, sorry. Then we have to match our impressions to your follicles. So it really does depend a lot on your case. And it's not just darker is better, it's what works with your follicles and the blend. So it is a sold illusion. Yeah.
Another question that we have is, and I think it's a good one, ask your health provider or your insurance company. Only because, I'll tell you, we've had 2 clients, one real estate agent who can write it off through his HSA, health spending account, but another client, and I forget the company insurance name, but he was able to get it covered. There is an area where you can ask your wellness program.
Yes, a lot of the time they have like a set fee in the program, and
there's a hair restoration section.
Yes.
In that.
So it's not all the time, it depends on your provider, but it's worth looking into because we have had it where people do have it covered. So
whatever details that you may need from us, supporting information, helping your insurance provider know that this may be an assistance, a treatment for you, physically, psychologically, whatever it might be.
Reach out to us. We're happy to help if we can there. For sure.
Some other things. Skincare and why is it important?
Yes.
Again, we talked about the lotioning. I can only share what I do, and I'm not a specimen of having outstanding skin, believe it or not.
Okay.
I know. But after a shower, after a buzz are your 2 critical times that you need to lotion your skin, because at both times it makes your skin dry. And for great retention requires moist and supple skin.
Yes, and everyone gets to that result with different. You might need to lotion twice a day, maybe it's once a day, because everyone has different sebaceous glands and oil production. So you'll get to know the groove of what your skin needs, but something is required. Skincare of some sort.
We've talked a lot about male scalp micropigmentation, but there is a growing trend where we do have females that are requiring scalp micropigmentation as well, and helping build a subtle illusion of density in areas that are soft, either in their temple points or in their middle section of their parting area, how they wear their hair.
Like some just have like a throughout, so it depends. But yes, it is a trend that is a little bit more talked about now. But
with that said, both to males and females with thin hair, you have to have enough of your own hair to partner with the blend of scalp micropigmentation. If you do not, and unfortunately it's a heart-wrenching when we have a female that is so thin with her hair that our artistry, we just have to turn her away. It's not going to help. It goes without saying, men have a couple of more options of buzzing, but if you don't have enough hair of your own, you can't keep it, guys. You can't. You have to let it go. It's not going to benefit you.
And it won't long-term look right or anything, so it's better to just thank you. Sorry.
But there are important things with that. If you have enough, or we can create a creative hairstyle, then we would still buzz you down to a 0 guard. do our artistry, do the build of that interior density, staying on and behind your existing hairline, back to your crown, so that if you were to buzz your hair off in the future, you're a buzzed-headed man.
Yeah.
That is the most ideal approach to making that full look underneath without making it a black helmet, but building a tasteful amount of pixelated impressions to lessen the presence of your white scalp poking through your dark-ish hair. And
again, those density cases do happen. We have worked on many, but again, the amount of hair is a real big piece in the end result. So, yeah.
There's and you can look at this online to determine your level of hair loss. It's called the Norwood scale for men and the Ludwig-Savina scale for females, and that typically shows general male pattern or female pattern hair loss.
Yeah, the most typical patterns.
And so take a look and Google the Norwood scale, or you can find it on our website at ink2Scalp.com, and look at where you're assessing yourself on your level of hair loss. And then we can help kind of assess what's the best approach. Do you need to buzz it all off so you can grow your own hair back for density? Or are you already bald and let's give that more fuller present look of a buzzed man?
Yes. So it is definitely a plan, a strategy we put in place depending on your case. So, what else is there? Let's see.
After we do beautiful artistry, there's a big question all the time of, okay, that's how I look now.
Yes.
What am I going to look like years later?
Yep.
It goes without saying, I like to be a very good example of that. But again, I care for my skin. I use SPF. I don't search for more. And so I've taken it at a very slow pace over the almost 8 years or more with scalp micropigmentation. But what we have done, and actually I'll give you one as well, is years later, we actually invite some of our clients who have had work with us, and we invite them back to a model shoot. And they come back, so this is some of their before and afters, which is great because that's immediately after. But what do they look like years later? So we have some individuals.
Sorry.
All right. And so they come back, and again, these are average guys.
Yeah,
the everyday man that wants a level of refinement, but doesn't want to make it drastic. And so we give them that subtlety. But
and then we make a magazine from the model shoot, obviously.
Exactly. Which, it's funny, even talking about that, when we invite some of our clients to our model shoots, they come and they're very comfortable with what we ask them to do to show off what they want to be and look like with their look.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at, this is just awesome. This is a group of often yearly 6 to 10 guys that come together, don't know each other, but know that they have scalp micropigmentation. And so
fun.
Funny because some of these guys, they may actually, even that one too. This is a year old as well. But some of the guys, they use these images for their LinkedIn professional profile. Because when's the last time you took a really good shot of yourself and use that for your professional portfolio?
Yeah.
Some of our guys, they use it to brag around the house, like, look at me, I'm in a magazine. And then some other guys, they use it for their dating profiles.
Yeah.
And so we give them some really stellar, good-looking images that they can go post. And then, of course, the floodgates open for dating opportunities. Anyway, and then again, we obviously have unique cases like Susie, beautiful woman, a kind heart, and so we get to make these nice changes of befores and afters, and then bring her back years later to go, hey, this is me, and I still look great, and I love my look. So, healed results are critical. That's what we like to show as well. But when you look at our portfolio on our website at ink2Scalp.com, you'll see before and after results. Immediately after, meaning pink, red inflamed, at their richest look. Well, let's look years later, and that's why we take the time to have these model shoots and to develop these magazines and to invite our clients 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years later to come back. And those are the relationships that fortunately we're lucky enough to build.
Yeah.
and everybody's excited to do their own model shoot, even though they all feel very awkward.
I know.
Never
It's
taken a
sometimes
shot
when we
in their
ask,
life.
they're like, I don't know, model shoot. It just doesn't. Because I'm like, no, it's.
For those of you that ever watched Friends, when Chandler and Monica get married and they're doing pre-wedding shots, they ask Chandler to take a picture, and he's like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah, and he just can't smile.
And so it's just uncomfortable. So when you see these shots, I want to have you applaud our clients coming back and not being models and trying their best to pay it forward.
Yeah, and just they're there authentically to pay it forward. For us, for other clients, it's it's a special thing. So what else is there that we should cover? Any questions? Anything? I love her story, or truly improving the quality. Thank you.
I guess another important part is, and this may not be some of our audience today, but our clients that are chiming in today, asking questions, potential clients wanting a positive refinement to themselves, ask questions. The consultations are free. The scars are a great question. We actually had today a gentleman from Ottawa who was in a fire, and so he's got burn scars. We can help him. We do, well, out of the 2,500 clients, we have 50% of our clients are hair transplant clients. So we're solving scars all the time.
Yes, that's right. And different types of scars, right? There's FUT, FUE. And so, like, yes, Michelle, thanks for your question.
Good question, thanks.
The different skin textures, that's obviously a huge factor when you're working on scars. All different types of scars, right? Burns are different than transplant scars. So all that is really important to talk about and know before we start.
But I also think Michelle's asking, there's also scar camouflage with using pigment tones, so stretch marks, scars on
that's it.
breasts
Sorry
and
if I
things like that.
that.
So that's a good question. That's something that we don't do.
Don't do that.
There's extremes. There's things that we've seen where even the bags under your eyes, which I'm really noticing here now. You can also camouflage those. We're not promoting it. We don't do it. No. We haven't seen great historical results from that. But some stretch mark things. There's companies that do camouflage of stretch marks or body scars. We provide follicular hair impressions, so I'm
anything
sure
on the scalp that needs follicles.
That's right.
We do.
If you had like a scar on your chest, I don't think you want
hair in that.
The illusion of follicles there. But anyway, good question though. Good question. Also, I think the other audience that we have that might be watching today or when we post this later is potential training, and what's the rigor in that. Over the almost 8.5 years, we waited for about 4 years before we ever decided that we have a scope and a range of clients that we feel well versed. And so we were very different. We waited for a long time to build that. I'm thinking more about head injuries, surgery scars. Yes, definitely. If it's on the head and you need follicles, not a problem.
Yeah,
just like I said.
Surgery, absolutely, Michelle, that's a valid point. Anything on the scalp that follicular impressions would be suitable for, we can work on. The only thing is we do need to discuss that and potentially see it, or at least have a video consult so we know what it is we're working with, because the texture of scars of any range on the scalp are very different than virgin skin. So, but great question. Thanks for clarifying.
Actually, we had one client named Evan. I don't know if you remember him, but he had from here, it was a big circle, and he had brain surgery. He had a full head of hair, but he was just like this big scar. He always had to explain that. So we helped camouflage that, and it was definitely helpful. But with talking about scar revision or scar camouflage, total transparency, it is traumatized skin. So there's only to a certain degree of natural camouflage that we can assist with. To the normal onlookers, they'll pass you by, they'll never notice. But you'll still see, because you know your history, you'll still feel like I still see that scar.
And like the texture of that scar, we can't really fix texture necessarily. So that would, you'd still kind of see some texture difference, but the look of it would be balanced.
Yeah, like the typography or the concave, convex of that scar. Those are aspects we can't change the physical, but the visual illusion, highly effective. Highly effective. Instead of having a brilliant white scar on the back of your head, we can help minimize that presence.
You're talking about
training. With that, we waited many years to begin training, and we had a large scope of client base, so we felt very confident to go, we can really help others wanting to have a depth of knowledge, information, and comfort to succeed in this industry of scalp micropigmentation. So over the years, we developed two different options. We have a 3-day training program, which is consecutive 3 days. It's very deep, very rigorous. There is quizzes, there is homework, but it's only to give you that level of knowledge on why and how am I doing this, so that you can walk away with the problem-solving skills to deliver quality scalp micropigmentation. That is only for individuals that have direct relatable experience. So permanent makeup artists, tattoo artists, where they already know skin details, they know skin layers, they know pigments.
Yeah, it's intended for somebody who might have some experience in some way. And then the 5-day.
The 5-day is for novices or individuals that are trying their hand at permanent makeup and want to do scalp micropigmentation as well. And
it's
so
a lot more detailed because it not necessarily a lot more detailed, but the one-on-one time that you get in the studio working on with a client with us is longer duration of time. So I just want to answer quickly. Sorry, I don't mean to check. We can go back, but skin tone. Do you work with all different skin tones? Thanks for the question. Yes, we do. All different skin tones. We have a large range of different dilution protocol for our inks. So you could be red-haired, light, blonde, African American, any real skin tone we can work on.
Yeah, any ethnicity, we can get a very stellar result. But again, with full disclosure, you have a light-skinned gentleman with a little bit more present pigment. We might be able to coast a little bit longer because the contrast between skin and pigment allows that difference to coast a little bit longer. So we might see those individuals based off preference come back maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 years later of a soft little touch-up by then. However, brown guys, we can use a richer pigment, which I love that caramel brown skin.
Yes, so do I.
Because it does a really good job with allowing a richer pigment. So they'll also be able to coast for a little bit longer. Really dark skinned men, you have dark pigment and dark skin.
So that contrast is just not as obvious, and it doesn't carry you as long, so you might need to touch up a little bit sooner, but
to richen those individual impressions that we did on session 1 or session 2. And any dark-skinned gentlemen know it's common. You get a tattoo, you're like, oh, look at how rich and brilliant that is. But you know within a couple of years, you still see it, but it still blends into your dark pigmented skin, right?
More,
so that's quite obvious. But with the training, you do have an option to touch base with us as well. You can visit our website, and if it's something that you're wanting to pursue, there is an interview process. We are picky, we are choosy, because you have our name and certificate backing you, and so we take that in high regard. And so as you interview us to see if we're suitable, we also interview you to see, is it a fit? Do you have the ethics behind you on wanting to truly change somebody's identity, and you have their professional face and their family connection, and you have to take it in high regard. So we're choosy on our students, but it bodes well because those that do get to come to us,
really appreciate that.
They're excited. They're excited to be accepted, and then we can start them in the program as well. So small topic we just wanted to hit on is the training option of the 5-day training, which more often than not, we're seeing more students see the value of that and
choose that route, even if they did have a little bit of background, because it is definitely different than a lot of different cosmetic tattooing out there. So they do feel like it's valuable to have the 5 days, even if they have some sort of background. So we sort of talk it out and build a strategy that is going to make you the most successful. So it's worth a chat.
Listen, great questions in regards to what might be unique cases, the long-term results that we've shown you today, the immediately after results, which are stunning. But it is something that we want our clients to forget they have it.
Yes.
And not feel like it's an extension of a third arm or third leg. It's something where they're like, oh, I forget that I actually even have it. I just buzz.
And then that becomes you. And also, I too want to just throw in there that you forget you have it, and you also, sometimes people get used to it. So they kind of feel like, well, I'm ready for more, but that natural is just such a great place to be sitting at, and having that carry you for a long amount of time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And for any of our clients that are watching today, again, we often get a text message years later saying, Trevor Yvette, how am I looking? Do you think I need something?
That's right, and we look at it together.
Quite often we look at it. If there's no need for us, we're going to push you off. We want to make another effective touch-up, color boost, refinement than too much.
When it's needed, not just adding to add. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, with that said, we covered a lot. 15-20 minutes seems like a lot to talk when you're just pulling up questions.
Yeah.
But I hope that this was deep enough for you to feel and build some comfort if you're a potential client, and you're wanting to know anything about what your transformation can look like, or the process on what we would do for you.
Yeah, reach out to us, because I think having a consultation, talking about your curiosities of this treatment, when you feel informed, it's so much easier to move forward, whatever that might look like.
And I think it's important to note that we create and structure our business where we don't quote anybody without a consultation.
No.
You can provide pictures, and that's a great start, but for pricing and for strategy, you have to meet with us for a free consultation, either virtually or in person, which obviously we love in person because it provides a little bit more depth and visual, but it's not a bargain shopping, circle around type of thing, because if we can't have a connection, we just don't take you. We want to make sure that your expectations are in the realm of reality so that we can deliver something that is perfectly suited for you.
Thanks, Dave.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Many of you have given us some very kind comments today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's a profession where we love to create the artistry, but we're with you with the emotional roller coaster of beginning, during, and after.
I know. Sometimes it's like at the end, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of sad to have it be done, right?
See it go, right?
So it's a wonderful journey. We're so grateful that so many people have trusted us, and so we look forward to the next crew of people that continue to come through, and always here to answer questions.
One other last point is that we will never overpromise and underdeliver. If we feel as though it's not a fit, or what you're looking for isn't something that we can deliver,
we would let you know.
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
And also, if it's not time yet for you, if you're 23 years of age and you're noticing hair loss now,
yes,
it's okay. We'll talk about when you might need us, and maybe it's not yet. And we have a roster of clients somewhere in their early, mid, late 20s where we've said it's just not time yet. Yeah. And then we'll assist you when it's time, because we want your money to be effective for you with great results, and we're not going to
compromise on that.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. So anyway, it's been a pleasure. I know some of you just recently jumped on, so we say hello to you.
Hello.
You didn't miss much, just helpful information about scalp micropigmentation, what we can do for you. If you have had scalp micropigmentation and you're happy with the results, I'm happy for you. We're happy for you.
Yes.
If you're not, we can help provide some ideas of strategy, next steps, and we're there to kind of continue on if you need us. But it's nice to see some of our colleagues internationally say hi. Hello, guys. And Scalp Couple.
Yeah.
I love that name.
I love that name.
Because they're a husband and wife team as
they're
well.
a couple.
So anyway, all of you doing great work. Thank you very much for the support from our professional colleagues and support today from our clients. We will continue to make positive changes for men and women, And again, if it's something that you now know you can change, would you do it? All right. Anyway.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Hi from Bali.
Hey, my man. You must be enjoying yourself. All right, guys.
Take care. Bye. I think we gotta exit.
Yep.